After winning the lottery, my financial advisor handed me a gun and said, "You'll need this when they come." Who's coming? I stared at the black pistol sitting on David's mahogany desk like it was a live snake. My hands were still shaking from signing the $127 million lottery claim forms 30 minutes earlier, and now my trusted advisor of 8 years was pushing a Glock across expensive leather toward me. David's office suddenly felt smaller, the afternoon sunlight streaming through his floor-to-ceiling windows casting shadows that hadn't been there before. His face was pale, beads of sweat forming along his hairline despite the air conditioning. "The family members who know you won," he said quietly, locking his office door behind me. "They've already started making calls." My stomach dropped as I realized he wasn't talking about congratulations calls. He pulled out a thick manila folder and spread photographs across his desk. Images of my sister Catherine's house, my brother Michael's apartment, even my elderly mother's assisted living facility, all taken within the last 4 hours. "Your sister contacted 3 different loan sharks this morning," David continued, his voice barely above a whisper. "She told them her brother just won big and would co-sign anything. She's already borrowed $50,000 against your future generosity." He showed me loan documents with my forged signature, dated 2 days before the lottery drawing. The signature was perfect, too perfect. Catherine had been practicing. "Michael filed papers to become your legal guardian, claiming you're mentally incompetent due to gambling addiction. He's scheduled a competency hearing for next week." David's hands trembled as he opened another file revealing medical records I'd never seen before, psychological evaluations claiming I was delusional and unable to manage finances. The documents were signed by Dr. Harrison Walsh, our family physician since childhood. Even he was involved. "My mother's care facility received a call this morning from someone claiming to be you, authorizing them to release her to Catherine's custody. They're moving her tomorrow unless we stop them." The photographs David showed me next made my blood freeze. Catherine and Michael meeting with 3 men in expensive suits outside a downtown law office yesterday, one day before the lottery numbers were announced. The timestamp on the surveillance photos was 2:47 p.m., exactly 24 hours before my winning ticket was verified. David explained he'd hired a private investigator 6 months ago after noticing suspicious activity around several of his high-net-worth clients. The pattern was always the same, family members positioning themselves legally and financially before windfalls occurred. But this was different. "Your family knew you were going to win," David said, his voice steady despite the gravity of his words. "The lottery commission called me an hour ago. Your ticket was purchased with a credit card registered to a shell company owned by Catherine's boyfriend, Ryan Torres, the same Ryan Torres who works for the state lottery's IT security division." The scope of the conspiracy became clear as David laid out 8 months of documented evidence. Catherine had been accessing my mail, photographing bank statements, and tracking my spending patterns through a keylogger installed on my computer during family dinner 6 weeks ago. Michael had convinced our mother to sign power of attorney documents during her medication adjustment period when her thinking was cloudy. They'd established a complex web of legal guardianship papers, loan agreements, and medical evaluations designed to strip me of control the moment I came into money. The gun wasn't for protection against random criminals, it was for protection against my own family. David handed me a burner phone with one contact already programmed, Agent Patricia Morrison from the FBI's white-collar crime unit. "She's been investigating lottery fraud for 2 years," he explained. "Your case could expose a network of insider manipulation involving dozens of state employees and hundreds of fraudulent winnings." 3 hours later, I sat in an FBI field office wearing a wire and watching agents arrest Catherine, Michael, and Ryan Torres simultaneously. The lottery ticket was voided, but the real prize was justice. Catherine received 4 years for conspiracy and fraud. Michael got 18 months for attempted guardianship abuse. Ryan Torres faced federal charges that would likely send him away for a decade. The gun David gave me remained unused, locked in a safe deposit box alongside evidence that saved not just my fortune, but dozens of other lottery winners who'd been targeted by the same network. My mother was moved to a secure facility where only I had visitation rights. 6 months later, I won a smaller lottery jackpot legitimately, $2.3 million. And this time, I kept the news completely private. David helped me establish an anonymous trust fund, and the only family member who knew was my cousin Sarah, who'd been estranged from Catherine and Michael for years. Sometimes the people who love you most are the ones who'll destroy you for money, and sometimes the gun on the desk isn't meant for strangers breaking down your door. It's meant for the family members who've already broken into your life.